And we are reaching out to you with a special discussion to talk about a new premium brand that's in town, not just for selling their stellar product range and services, but for being someone who's transforming lifestyles and opening us to a global social experience. So we have with us to talk about the new Hackers Kitchen showroom. And we have with us Mr. Deshantha Silva, the CEO of the Finco Trading Private Limited, and Mr. Willy Kamm, the Regional Executive Director for Hackers Kitchen Asia Pacific African region. Thank you so much for being a part of this interview, and we hope that you are enjoying your stay in Sri Lanka as well.
Thank you very much.
And diving into the discussion, breaking into a foreign market is a challenge. There's a lot of research that needs to put into it, but Hackers Kitchen has always been a brand that is loved globally. So let's check why you decided Sri Lanka to be the next candidate.
Sri Lanka, first of all, I know Sri Lanka for a long time. I like the mentality, and especially I like the high education level in this country. People enjoy quality. They can differentiate the quality from a standard product. And this is always where it starts from. And we try to keep always our high top-end level in product quality, but we also take very much care on the global service network, because kitchen at the end of the day is a service product, it's not an over-the-counter product, so service is very important as well. But the key issue for us is branding. And people love to have a Hacker Kitchen at home, not only a kitchen, they want to have a hacker.
It's true. And also we know that cooking is a big vital role when it comes to Asian regions, because cooking is something that it requires a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time, and we do have people spending sometimes more than half the day in the kitchen because it's a part of our culture, of who we are. And in this case, the partnership is very important, which local agencies you work with and all that. So from Mr. Deshantha, I would like to know, how important is it that hackers collaborate with a reliable partner, and what is the nature of your partnership?
Well, Finco as a group is committed for excellence, and Finco Trading, the new subsidiary of the Finco group of companies, is all about promoting gracious living and luxury lifestyle. So when it comes to luxury lifestyle and gracious living, so Hacker is one of the premium brands that have been there in the market in Europe, in India, Asia Pacific region, and now in Africa as well. So we thought of partnering with them when it comes to kitchen cabinetry. Of course, Finco Trading is also associated with few other brands. So when it comes to gracious living, Finco is always was looking for a good partner. So there Hacker comes into play, and Finco Trading is also having few other brands to supplement the Hacker Kitchens, like the appliances. Few other brands will also be there in our showroom. Finco as a group also has well-known brands, for example like Uga, Alpha, and so on and so forth. So the group, Finco Group and Hacker, other similarity coincidentally was both are family-owned companies. Hacker is in its fourth generation, really, am I right?
Right.
And Finco is in third generation. So it matches well. So when we had the opportunity to getting into Hacker business, so there we made the partnership.
Sounds very interesting. And also, Mr. Willy Kamm, if we talk about the partnership, I would like you to add more to this as well. There are certain cross-cultural barriers that we have to overcome, because every country has their own unique cultural experiences, and you have to position your products and services to optimize that experience. So how important is it for you to partner with a reliable company to get the right kind of resources, the right kind of research? How important is it for you to optimize that locally?
Look, think global, act local is one of our commitments, and we take it as it says. For us, the partner is a key issue. As I mentioned beforehand, kitchen is not only top quality, kitchen is also service. A lot of logistics, a lot of after sales. People do this. That's why I call always the kitchen industry is a people industry. If you have the right people, you do fantastic business. If you deal with the wrong people, nothing works. For us, partner in each country is the key factor. We are so happy that we came to a very good understanding, actually. Yeah? During the process of finding each other, we discovered a lot of similarities, like Mr. Deshantha mentioned some of them beforehand already. But for me, most important is the attitude of the company. So we take very much care that the attitude for what the Hacker brand stands, I find them already in the partnership, in our partner, in each region, respectively country, market centers, and then it works perfectly. With Finco holding itself, I guess this is just a start. This is a lead shop, the CI shop, carries the brand, introduce the attitude of the company. But for Sri Lanka, of course, we do have long-term strategic planning, and that's why I guess, based on this high education level in this country, on the consumer friendliness, the people here in Sri Lanka, they love to consume, and they love to consume Western product, and they love to consume the top brands from Germany first. And since we was awarded from Focus Money, yeah, in Central Europe, and I guess 360 million people cannot be so wrong, Focus Money awarded Hacker kitchens with a golden medal in 2016 and 2017, when this questionnaire around Central Europe took place, as #1. So Focus Money and all her readers consider Hacker kitchen as #1 in Germany. If you can get the Hacker, the #1 kitchen brand with Hacker in Sri Lanka, I guess this is also for the prestigious lifestyle understanding in Sri Lanka for the time being, a very important factum, that they do not have a kitchen, they have a Hacker. And if they have a Hacker, they have for the time being the #1 from Europe. I guess it makes a lot of people in Sri Lanka even more happy, not only to enjoy the extraordinary function and technology, then to have for the time being the top brand out of Europe.
And we hope that Sri Lanka will embrace it. And talking about the showroom that is recently out there, if the community walks in, what can we expect there? And we believe that your brand has a competitive advantage because of the amazing follow-up services and the product line. If we can talk about what we can expect from the showroom.
Okay, the showroom, we display quite a number of units with different varieties. Okay, when it comes to Hacker, essentially, if you take a 10 square meter sort of a kitchen area, when you take the variation that the Hacker carries in cabinetry, as well as the worktops and also the finishes, there are more than a million variances that you can arrive at for such a small unit. Of course, our customers can see the variations that we have in our showroom, starting from various finishes, various tops, and sample rack is there with the other samples that they can select from. It belongs to different groups of samples, which we call price groups. When it comes to Hacker, there are about 9 price groups in each range. So at the end, the kitchen unit that the customer selects will be manufactured in one location, which is in Germany, Rodinghusen, one factory. The product will be manufactured separately for that customer only, and it is not mixed with other customers' product manufacturing. So end of the day, you are getting a kitchen manufactured in Germany, down in Sri Lanka, and it will be installed by our installation crew who are well trained. So showroom will carry most of the variations that we have, and our designers and the sales team will help each and every customer to design uniquely to their expectation and to their satisfaction the kitchen unit that they want to have.
So one last question I would like to direct to Mr. Willy Kamm. As we know, the durability of a product is very important because the less you replace, it's more better on the environment. And being from a climatically sensitive region, we know this has been an issue when it comes to consuming products. So how is Hacker going to maybe fill that gap? And how is the quality of the product, the raw materials you use, and the environmental factors you consider when you're manufacturing? What is the uniqueness when it comes to your brand?
You know what? I'm rather very grateful actually for this question, because this is one small part but important part of the major difference from Hacker. As I said beforehand, when we go in a new market, we don't just go and load a container. We go first, study the market, what is needed, what are the cooking habits, what is the climate, what is the level of warehousing. With regard to Colombo, you are sitting rather on the equator. That's why the product is a very crucial issue for the life of the kitchen. That's why we took very much care on that, and as I mentioned beforehand already part-wise, we changed all the parts, from the plinths until the cabinets, until the fronts, until the countertops, everything into tropicalized standard. I guess so far as I know, nobody in this industry in the world does it, to use all materials through, where they build a kitchen out of it, put them on a tropicalized standard. I guess it's only the Hacker. And when you make the calculation, I mean, as I mentioned beforehand, we have a social responsibility. We don't come here and want to sell a kitchen and want to make some money. This is not our target anymore. We want to create a nice Hacker club, which are our consumer, which are using the Hacker kitchen every day. And they must enjoy it. And they should enjoy it for 50 years, not for 5 years. When they want to enjoy the kitchen for 50 years, the materials where the kitchen is out of it must be equivalent to the needs of the climate of your country. That's why our kitchen is fully tropicalized. And the second thing is we put all the materials on a CARB 2 standard test, which is a rather zero emission class for formaldehyde. Everybody knows formaldehyde has a lot to do with cancer. That's why we want to make sure that our club and our people in all over the world have a safe environment when they have a Hacker at home. And the third thing is that 360 million people cannot be wrong. So you have with Hacker, you have the right material for Sri Lanka. When you make the calculation, compared, let's say you buy a local for 5 years and you pay a little bit more for a Hacker import kitchen for 50 years, at the end of the day, you buy actually over the years cheaper and more value, higher value for money. Second thing is you have a much more healthy product at home, makes you maybe living longer. And the third thing is that this is nothing new, which you have to figure out. It's proved. We are market leader in India, we are market leader in Middle East, we are market leader in Australia, we are the biggest importer into China. So you do not test anything new finally, because an independent magazine in Europe, Focus Money, stated Hacker as the best kitchen, or the best brand or the best product when it comes to kitchen out of Europe. In the upper end, in the individual upper end kitchen field, we are doing nowadays the biggest turnover together with another big company in Germany, which is doing a little bit more for the volume market. All the people who know Hacker for the last 120 years, as we are one of the oldest kitchen company out in Europe, cannot go wrong when they all time recommend to their daughter, relatives and next generations a Hacker kitchen again. And this is the reason why we grow so fast, especially the last 20 years, when we went over the border of Europe, out of the borders of Europe, went to Asia, went to Middle East, Pacific region, finally to Africa. Those people, of course, nowadays, you know, the world is a village. The internet, online platform, you can find out any data any second you want. And everybody who studies Hacker find out the best brand, the best quality, the best logistic. There is nothing you need to think about. Yeah? You can go blindly in a Hacker shop, no matter in what country, even it's in Zimbabwe. You go inside, you buy your kitchen, you get full service, everything is studied well, everything is prepared, and everything is set in place for perfect service that a new member of our global Hacker Club will enjoy the kitchen at home with a Western lifestyle cooking and appreciate all his applause when the visitors coming in, his friends, to his new kitchen. Yeah, hopefully.
That is why this brand is going beyond just being a kitchen brand, but it's definitely make a lifestyle choice when you purchase this product.
And this is coming back to your first question. This is actually the reason why we are going to be, look, I had already some conversations with potential clients, high profile families in Sri Lanka. They're waiting for it. They're waiting for it that everything is ready to serve them, because they know Hacker from the past, they know Hacker from abroad. They desire Hacker to have in her home as soon as possible. Yeah.
True. And with that, we are wrapping up today's discussion, and we wish all the very best for the future endeavors of the company, and we are looking forward to it, and we are rooting for the brand. And once again, we did have with us Mr. Deshantha Silva, the CEO of Finco Trading Private Limited, and Mr. Willy Kamm, the Executive Director for Hacker Asia Pacific Africa region. Thank you so much for joining with us.
Thank you. Thank you.